So what I'm thinking is romanticizing life, learning to live. I find that by being able to live my life in according to the way that I want to live it, it brings so much more joy, it brings so much more happy moments in my life. That instead of me being over here romanticizing depression, I find that whenever I did used to romanticize my sadness, I used to romanticize being in that sad mood. I used to like it because it was something that I was comfortable with. Once you feel something for so long, it starts becoming something that you become, you understand it pretty well. So to be in that mood of sadness all the time, listening to sad music, going out alone, hating myself, these things, it made me feel something, something that I understood. But to be completely honest, like that was whenever my life was not that good, but to just feel something like that, like whether it was like the music that I was listening to or anything, it never sat right with me. And so mainly the main point of this video, which is probably what I'll title it, is learning to live through romanticizing your life. And I say that because from what I learned in my experience is whenever you start to live your life in the way that you want to, whenever you start living your life like a child, I'll get deeper into it, but whenever you start to learn to view life like a child or like a dog and just finding happiness in every single moment that you can, even in all of the smallest things, I find that you can always find happiness in any sort of point in your life, and so, so being able to go through the motions of life and being able to start even just finding one thing to be grateful for every single day, even if it's for the smallest thing. That's what I mean by that's what I mean by when I say view life like a child, view life like a dog, because you find things to be joyful about, even in the smallest thing. A child will look at a puddle on the ground, stomp on it, and just start laughing. They'll be grateful. They're gonna be just so happy that they just saw a puddle on the ground, and when they stomped on it, it splashed everywhere. Or like a dog, they're one of the most joyful animals on the planet. Everybody says we don't deserve dogs. They're always just try their best to always be in such a good mood, and seeing them in a good mood makes us feel better, obviously. So if you take what that quality about them and apply it into your life, being happy, even just as the simplest things, your dog is always going to be excited to see you. Every single time you go out to work, they know you're probably going to come back, but they probably still feel kind of, they're sad that you leave, but whenever you come back, they're the happiest. That's one of the best things ever. And they don't ever get tired of it. Every single time you come back home, they're always going to be happy and excited. They're going to be like, wow, I love you. I'm so happy you came back. Like even the smallest thing, like my friend's dog, she always plays with the same exact toy, that same toy for like probably years. They never get tired of it. They always just learn to love the smallest things, even if it's just seeing their owner like one more time. And so be able to apply that into your own life, whether it's with the people that are in your life, whether if it's just one person that you like to see, one person that you like to talk to, whether if it's just one thing that you like to do, one practice that you like to practice, learning to find beauty in everything, learning to find beauty in the small things. That's what I think romanticizing life is about instead of romanticizing these things that aren't so good or viewing life in a negative aspect, but to instead to view life as a beautiful thing, even in all the smallest things. So I find, like, for me, one of my favorite moments of my day is the time that I have for myself. And that time is always, always going to be in the morning. I wake up early in the morning, mainly because I have to go to school, right? And I need my time for me. So I go on a run, either it's on a run, on a walk, just sprinting on a run, listening to music or to a podcast that I find is interesting, and then seeing the sunrise and being out there, feeling the cool air, looking at the trees. When I do walk, I try my best to examine every single small thing, whether it's even just kicking a rock on the floor. It brings me some sort of enjoyment just knowing that I'm me, and I'm myself, and I'm doing a good thing by showing up for myself and having that set time for myself. That brings me a lot of joy just by romanticizing it. It's the smallest thing. Just going on a walk brings me so much joy, so much respect for myself, and so much just happiness. And it really sets my tone in my mood. Learning to find beauty in, like, all of those things, whether it's your wardrobe, the sun, books, shoes, whatever you feel passionate about. They say, like, live your life like how you want, how your Pinterest feed is. It's like being just this aesthetic that you like and just following it. For me, it's the gym, being able to conversate with people, finding all these things to be grateful for, even if it's the smallest thing. And I like to talk about, those people who are in struggle, because I truly do believe that there's always going to be some sort of beauty in the struggle. And then, like they say, there's ugliness in the success too. So it's important to find that beauty. It's always going to be there. I think that's one of the beautiful things that I always found in life is no matter how bad the situation can be, no matter how bad the position I can be in life, there's always something for me to look at and just at least smile. Something I can look at to at least be grateful for, even if it's just breath work and just like taking time to just close my eyes and just take a deep breath and just feel it, in my body, knowing that, like, I took care of myself today and I survived, and that's something that I can be happy about. From what I understand, that's what I got out of learning to romanticize my life. When outside listening to music, um, painting an art piece outside, listening to the birds chirp in the morning, taking a coffee outside in the morning, just something, taking a coffee, going to a nice coffee shop that you've never been to, learning to really learn to find some sort of joy in your life and being happy about it. You don't need to overcomplicate things. I think as we grow up, we kind of lose that curiosity that we start off life with. Whenever we're babies, whenever we're little kids, we're always so curious about things. We're wondering, okay, what is that for? What does that do? How do Wow, look at that light switch. Like, I can turn it on and turn it off, and then you're telling me that controls that light up there? That's crazy. Being a little kid, we're introduced to all these new things in life. But as we grow older, we kind of forget about all these. We kind of forget to be curious. We kind of forget to learn. We forget to find joy in just the smallest things. And I think that's one of the most important things that any person can have is to have that curiosity for life. I think, the person who's curious to life and always trying to find a way to find something to be curious about and to learn more about is going to live a far better life than somebody who isn't curious at all. That's my main message. Be curious, stay wondering about things, learn to find happiness and joy in all the smallest things in life. Even if it's just looking and focusing on flipping the light switch and seeing that the light turns on, that's at least something that I can be happy about. As I got electricity in this house. Waking up in the morning and seeing my mom that I love very much, that's something that I can be happy about. And that's the reason for me to have a smile on my face. Going to school and seeing one of my friends that I just like to talk to or I like to see, and that's something to be happy about. Waking up in the morning, getting off from my bed, I'm like, I'm grateful that I had this bed. I'm grateful that I woke up today. I'm grateful that I'm able to just sit on the corner of my bed in the silence in this household and to take a deep breath and just think, I woke up and there's more to learn. There's more to do. There's so much more to accomplish. Like whenever you find to like really focus on all the small things, it really helps. It helps a lot. So if there's anything that you get out of this video, really try to focus on the small things. I really recommend meditation. These are some actions that you can actually take if you're still wondering, like, what can I do to find that beauty? Meditating. Uh, I'm not trying to be like cliche because everybody's like, oh, journal this, journal that. Just write, just write something you're grateful for, even if it's just one thing. I recommend like 10 things, 5 things. Just write as many as you possibly can. How many things can you be grateful for? And don't be negative Nancy about everything, because I feel like that's what really brings people down in life. Is is down in life is really focusing on the bad things. What are they missing? What do they want? Whenever you forget what you want and see what you have and see what you can do, you realize that you can get what you want eventually, but you got to be grateful for what you have now. And so, like, leave all that you want aside. What do you have right now? Practice gratitude. Practice um, meditating. Learning to, like, one of the most important things that I think really helped me realize the smallest things that I can be grateful for is meditating. Like I would meditate. I still do. And I just find myself being grateful for even having just some sort of lung capacity to just take a breath in and to feel it go through my nose and then out through my mouth, being able to just feel the oxygen in my body and to be able to look in the mirror and at least be proud of the person that I am, be proud of the person that I'm becoming. Just learning to have some self-respect. That's one thing that, man, oh man, that's something I'm really grateful for. Because I find like, looking at my past, I didn't used to have that, but now I do. And that's something that I'm extremely grateful for. Basically, at the end of the day, be grateful. All right. That's one of the most powerful things that you will ever probably get out of a self-development video is learn to have that self-respect through having that gratitude and that thankfulness through even all the smallest things in your life, all the biggest things in your life. Whenever you stop wanting things, whenever you start realizing the things that you have, you start attracting more. That's what I find in life. Whenever you stop feeling the need to want things, you stop feeling the need to have things or chase things, those things will come those things will come to you over time. So I said, and I repeat it constantly throughout this video, you probably are annoyed at me, is grateful for every single thing. Every single thing. Be grateful, and I promise you, there's so much beauty in the world. And whenever you start viewing the world like how you used as a little kid and just finding, the silliest things to smile about, man, it just makes life so much better. Really trying to build that communication or that connection to my audience. So I don't know how long this video is. I really hope it didn't come out too long. I'm probably gonna cut out a lot of parts. But if there's anything from the video that you got, feel free to leave a comment and to expand on anything that you feel I might have left out. Thank you guys for watching, and I love you guys. All right, it's gonna be good. I'm excited for this journey that I'm taking on content creation. I've been on this for years, but like I've only been taking it seriously like recently because like I feel like God can really use me as some sort of way to spread a message, at least even if it's just to one person. And if that one person is you, then awesome, bro. So take care.